That's actually close to what the date will be soon.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Well, supposedly Mr. Light was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose! I don't buy it!
There's no way, Pedro. But... it was Mr. Nick himself, at least, from what I can understand.
Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Yeah, well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Curing Village for a little while, if that's alright.
Sure, but why?
All by myself. I'm going to bring the Synchronome back and have some people take a look at it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with...
No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some quality time together, full of love and happiness. Now remember, no fighting, okay?
Because that never happens. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
Do you think Pearl hits him Phoenix more?
Probably. I'm always slightly concerned with... Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate the murder?
Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Ma I used to be with her happy little dinky bike, Mickey boy.
I've seen you, Maya, when you're old, and you're pretty much the same. Speaking of asking around, I got a few questions of my own from Mr. Light.
Mister. Okay, well, let's make sure we go to the detention center too.
He's practically a girl, anyway. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn
You
back,
bet!
huh?
But there's something a little different about it.
Question mark.
Don't at me, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
How do I pronounce that?
I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But on the urn we got back it says Amy, like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right, and I didn't notice that till now.
Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
Or were they?
Do 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 do.
Is the urn even real?
We're going proper meta.
Yeah. What is the urn? Yeah. First one. Yeah, unskilled.
Mechanically unskilled, I like that.
I'm not sure I could put an urn back together from breaking it with a ball. All the pieces, I'm never good at that kind of thing. It requires logic, you know.
Is it possible that urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find out once she gets back to curing. I can't read.
Yeah, I suppose.
We need Antiques Roadshow in this to verify it's real. I'm sure we even still exist, the Antiques Roadshow. So, I guess people still go to Curing Village to do their training, right?
Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So, why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. Sounds like a Pokemon gym.
If you're going to train, you gotta have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen.
Is that what happened? Is what happened last year still bothering you? Hey, it's the... No, it won't be.
We're doing all the flashbacks, aren't we?
Maya attracts murderers like in this thing, like Edgeworth attracts fangirls.
When a medium uses the cure technique, she temporarily loses her own will.
So when especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over, even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
guy always saying he wasn't dead. What you did last time. Remember your running joke last time with that guy, how he wasn't quite dead yet?
Did!
Just in the back.
I liked him.
Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. There's the light. All I wanted to do was to help my dear honey. Yeah, I guess I ended up her in this case. That happens a lot in these games.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up.
Hey, Nicky boy, please help Lonnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Lonnie would have had to fly. I think a fly would hurt him. Alright, poke around, see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I didn't know asking for help was the right thing to do. Mwah, mwah. That was
No.
a French kiss, I used French. Not a French kiss, whatever they call that thing they do in.
I knew what you meant.
Different kind of French kiss.
What a great Freudian slip, though.
Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Lonnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not him.
I don't think you would either, Nick.
It's too much of a wuss. I ponder this thought. Yeah, but you have to admit, he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's just hard to imagine him snapping and screaming.
He would never say that! Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer. But he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in the fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Lonnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Lonnie isn't the thief type. He's so honest he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest he wouldn't even steal a glance. Thief? Ha! The very idea. I just don't get it.
Huh? Get what?
Just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different.
Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway.
What? For you?
I hate these kinds of people more than anything.
You mean ace detectives?
No, I'm fine with these detectives.
Oh, so then you must mean thieves.
No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than a cowardly man. Cowardly men.
By the way, why did you go to Detective Adme's office anyway?
Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more nervous. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal.
The real criminal?
Yes, obviously the little Master Mouse was not my Lonnie, right?
Yeah?
And Detective Acme knew more about Master Mouse than anyone else. They mentioned him on the great people of the town segment on TV. So then, went there to ask him some questions. That's right, I did whatever I take to save my man, even though he was in court. Fuck it. His secretary said, the ace detective isn't here right now. But I fought my way past her and into his hideout. We call it the Acme cave.
I'm confused that he had a secretary.
Apparently so. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too.
There's nothing lower than someone who tried to pin a crime on someone else. Puh.
Mr. Light, do you know about KV security?
Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Lonnie works. Go.
And we have the big twist.
Big twist. No, this is real. It's all an illusion. KB security is only 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Well, he told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. My bike can also fly. Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? Well, Oh, I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. But first, so was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight?
Well, maybe not at first sight, but it only saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I know the kind just cut up into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives and I broke down into tears. That's why I'm smiling.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you?
Yes, exactly, with his music. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard's uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please, stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. I guess this wasn't quite what you think it was. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me.
Wow, that's a great story.
Interesting story. Yes, you may not look it, but in such a situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'll fall in love too, I guess. Oh, Nick's romantic at heart.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
Correction, taken hostage again. Well, Nick's twisted girlfriend. They're totally psychotic murderers.
They do love each other, really.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, fanfiction, I know.
No, the fanfiction's mostly Nick and Edgeworth, actually. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? I say, huh? Well,
The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in the CEO's office.
hey, it's you guys. Oh, Detective Gumshoe looking really sad. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved, pal. Ho 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 ho. Or something to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If Gumshoe fits.
Well, anyway. Point is I can tell when someone puts their heart into their job. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. I'm used to it. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying at me, okay, pal?
Okay, I won't cry on you, pal.
The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. The estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. I could be searching, but I'm paid enough for this job.
So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside the safe. The bloody big safe. Safe? Nobody heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. So the body fell out.
I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard.
Like, great, she did that on purpose.
So, what happened to Master Mask?
He's out at detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. We're tiresome. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway. Right. Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved.
Now that's the detective I know and love.
Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Ha! You're right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just know he was the thief. Now will explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective. That's all. But there's one thing I can't figure out about this first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emmenon case. There was a witness for that one.
A witness?
Here, I saved a newspaper clipping. I carry it around with me. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Oh, look at him being pensive there.
Hey, this guy here. Haven't I seen him before? Oh.
Is that in my pocket?
No, apparently not. Oh, that prosecutor. We really don't want that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight.
Yeah, I think he did that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is this Java-addicted masked maniac anyway? Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma.
Godot.
Huh? Godot. Sorry, pal. Thing is, pal, I've never ever heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this is his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway. But no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gave me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gunshoe, I never had no idea you were so unpopular.
No, that's not what I meant. But it's true. No one likes Gumshoe.
Detective Gunshoe, tell us more about Shane Bluebard.
That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal.
Oh, yeah, the victim in this case doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we didn't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbering like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick, now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask.
What? You should warboard him. I don't know. He knows something more about Mr. Bullard.
He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had a chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too, I just love money, I can't get enough.
Oh my god. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff during his
Millions? Oh, so that's my problem. I think I need to be shiftier.
Apparently Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Ooh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Master Mask.
What? Really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. Check out this big, thick binder here.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
Ah!
What did you find out, Nick?
This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Master Mask. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods at the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick, look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tears of Emanon, 100,000. This is like a list of all the treasures that Master Mask stole.
So then, $100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know, that number seems kind of low to me. I'm now an expert jeweler and valuer of antiquities. I
Secretly make a copy.
Only photocopiers exist in this world.
It's a good thing Gumshoe didn't notice that you secretly making copies.
He's distracted by a moth and hey, giant big button.
Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Ah, she launched a nuclear missile. Hey, cut it out! Don't press that.
That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right there on the panel.
Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
Alarm's connected to the basement's guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Well, it's possible I'm there the crime.
Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, and so I asked around down there. But they said the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. Gumshoe find that funny for some reason.
I've got a bad feeling of who the guard is probably going to be.
About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kate Bald have been blackmailing Rhonda Light anyway? Well, Mr. Light used to work at KB Security, right? But what was that? Well, what was it that made him quit?
Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's been blackmailed.
Well, I'm in the middle of an investigating right now.
Oh, alright.
Leave it to the professionals.
Don't know who that is.
Nah, anyway. Ooh, it's like mission control. Wow, this is really something else.
For security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
Hey, Nick, what's up? That's the reference. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you too.
Hi, Larry.
Here I was, working my fingers to the bone. And then in walks an angel. No problems with daytime date. It's all good. No, it's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? Most of the time. Part-time. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Radio DJ. Well, I don't mind sharing my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story.
But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was then, this is now.
Is that a face he pulls?
I also only have one eye for some reason. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I just can't give away information for free. That's $49.95. Can you talk to him, Maya?
Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kid has got some claws. Okay, so what do you really want to know?
Yes, so tell me.
Okay, so the sure thing is, Ron DeLite was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm pro, I looked into his background. Follow me?
Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago, Ron DeLite was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know it's a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
I guess he must have done something bad to get fired, to have gotten fired like that.
Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something? So what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out.
Oh.
But if you see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. Let me send the SWAT team in.
What teams?
The security team for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. Which is why I'm here. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. You were in his office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate this with equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it's a part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin this whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick. Huh?
I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility.
Anyway, the point is that you were here that night, right? Well, it's like I always say, that was then, this is now, okay? I just punch him in the face, that would do the job, won't it? On the night of the crime, you were working hard like you were supposed to. What? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But then, didn't you sneak out to work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? But that was that, and this is. Never. I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'd even bet you $1. What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have any evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Take that! This wallet, you know about this, right? But I've never seen it before. Liar! You hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. Flashback just yesterday. Well, that was weird because the in picture was in colour, the rest of it was fuck it. 1 o'clock in the morning? Sorry, what? I'm totally doing that. That's right. In other words, Larry, study post-traumatic effect here. At the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! No, yeah, but that's something you don't think about. Told you. What's that? My shift at day didn't start around 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? The murder had snuck in before 10 p.m. when it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before mine. Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Larry, when you use the keycard, does it record? Sure it does. But I don't show the record to anyone, you know. The keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Anyway, according to Dana, the door in the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m. the time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. and the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault.
Larry?
There's nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened.
Huh? Your Donna?
My Donna kebab fell out my hand. It was dreadful. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her.
Who was?
Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew that was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'd want one and does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah.
So that's why you left the security guard office. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make it up to you, Nick? What can I do? What? What?
He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby.
Oh boy. Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything. Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make it up for it. I swear I will. Larry.
Hey Nick, as long as he's offering, why didn't you show him the evidence we've got?
Yeah, we'll be cryptic and win about it. Nick!
The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right?
That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go there and just pretend. That's sexual harassment and I don't have to take it. Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like a professional guard I am.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Define good. Thanks, I tried.
Try harder.
And you're trying too hard, that's the problem. Do you think you can tell us about the buzzer?
Yes, please. Please tell us.
Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. So about the buzzer. Glad you asked!
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come up to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, alright? I didn't think it was necessary. That's a lot of stairs.
Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night?
There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I wouldn't possibly have made a mistake either.
Do you think you could take one look at it for me? Pretty please?
Oh, okay, I just can't say no to you, Maya. Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
What do you think, Nick?
He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that. Ah!
What is it? What's wrong?
I made a
Huh?
mistake!
But how?
It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? At night, it went off just once. In the morning, around 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be.
Oh boy.
Larry screws up again. So one. And just for fan service sakes, something is written on this poster in fine print.
God's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey the superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile at thy superior. 4, salute thy superior. 5, bite donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed, Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor.
She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and come face to face with her real genuine ray gun. She's still got nothing. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Damn her for being on vacation. I can see Elizabeth. Gumshoe still standing there. Terrified. The shop locator, that's the word.
The treasures of Curane exhibit is all ruined now.
I'm
sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling.
Well, now that we got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it.
Really?
Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Master Mask's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention.
Wow! Whoa! That's brilliant, Nick! We could clean up and be filthy rich! Woohoo!
That's where our mind goes.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Yes, my job here is done.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Andrews.
I'm wondering that as well. So how's it going? What about the Sacred Urn?
The urn? Oh, that! It's been taken care of already.
What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of... Do you mean it's been found? Yes, it was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright.
It's nothing.
Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Master Mask's wife that found it.
Shut up.
Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along.
It looks that way right now.
It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the mask to guard the treasures.
Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job.
Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, she should let her. You should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Adme again? About 20 days ago.
And then it was... And when was it Master Mask's calling card
about
arrived?
10 days ago.
So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard.
I guess that's it then. Detective Adme must have really wanted Sacred Urn after all. What? So Master Mask murdered someone as well?
Well, that's how things look right
Yes,
now.
but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time.
Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. They can duplicate.
Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Adney?
Other than everything.
No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even got a glimpse of him.
He claims that's the way he always operates.
That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself.
Yeah, he was going on the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Mask pretty well.
I'm so glad that you got your sacred urn back.
Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it.
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but somehow our urn came back seems different.
Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I?
Diabolical.
What do you think this means, Nick?
It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Right, we'll aboard her. Well, we'll come back later and solve that mystery. I like the Lily Taylor music. Do, do, do. Oh. Damn, they have to go through everywhere to get somewhere. Everyone's favourite worthless thief.
Wannabe thief or the actual one?
Worthless thief.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore!
Mr. Light, you lied to us before, didn't you?
Well, you see,
On the same night the sacred arm was stolen from Lord Lee Taylor's department store. A blackmailer, you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then, that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But, there's only one run to light, am I right? Oh, evil brother. So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it.
Okay.
Mr. Light, do you still insist that you are Master Mask?
Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response.
Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating.
But listen,
punch
Mr.
him.
Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? I really want to do the laugh. Nah.
Can if you want. He's currently breaking out from his cell with his apnea. He's just penguin now. Right.
Yes, it's true. I wasn't the one that stole the urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time.
So when the person dressed up in the Master Mask in this photo,
It's gotta be Detective Admin. Stop stealing my lines, Nick.
well, I get paid by line. I need more money. So at night, you didn't go to Lori Taylor. You went to KB Security, right?
Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note I said I should. Alright, so when was that? Well, I used to work there, so I knew when the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there.
Someone. Oh,
When
so
somebody
about
bashed me over their head, BAM! Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body.
So that's why you put it in the safe. Logically.
Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security team, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me.
Stop saying so loud.
Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KP Security? How did you know? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her, anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought, anyway.
Oh, it's almost sweet.
You say almost sweet.
Well, he's still getting a thief from them.
Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Master Mask must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right, I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right, nice trick if I do say so myself.
You were right, that was wrong in the picture.
But as you might expect, Detective Alchemy found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective.
Detective Atomy found the Master Master's guys?
Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him.
Like normal people do.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. It must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters?
What are you talking about? Hurry! Tell me what you mean!
Calm down, don't get so worked up.
Scaring me.
This blackmail letter, is it the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one they ever called me out to a specific location.
So you start receiving blackmail letters?
Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give it up, he went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal.
Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up?
Oh, don't worry. After I put up the jewel in the safety deposit box, the letter suggested someone send me $10,000. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or a painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one you planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him.
That's not suspicious at all.
All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box, and I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. So you went after the secret urn because of one of those plans, too? Well, see, truth is I'd never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal.
Mr. Delight, is there everything you just told me
Yes,
the truth?
but please don't tell Desi, okay?
Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yes, but please don't hurt me.
Mr. Game Bulla, do you swear it wasn't you?
Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. Well, then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight.
When some idiot lawyer came and got proven you didn't do the robbery. Mystic Maya!
Hey, Pearly!
I'm back! Hey, Pearl, so what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Curing Village to have it examined.
And what did you find out?
Well, there's no need to worry. They say it's the real urn.
Phew! That's a relief. I was really worried.
But there's one small problem.
Problem?
There are these cute little pink splotches. They said it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about pink splotches again? What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal.
Yes, Mr. Nick, we've got to find out how they got there. Okay, Jesus Christ. We'll go find out how they got there.
Please don't forget about me.
Touchy about urn. Oh, long trip back. Ah, I like that music.
Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you.
Hello there.
I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having his urn examined.
Oh, I see. Nick, let's look around one more time.
Okay, looking. Still looking. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me.
That's the box that the sacred urn was in.
It looks like there's some big paint on it too.
And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn.
I think I know now. The paint. No.
Let's investigate again, Nick.
Nick had a stroke there. I'll be fine. Give him a minute. Looks like to me it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink.
Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it.
That's the box the sacred urn was in.
If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well.
Wow, you're right! Look, it matches!
What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. See, I'm the ringmaster behind this whole thing.
That'd be the greatest twist.
No.
Or would it? No, I still think Meekins is the crime boss. It's the bigger twist.
Oh, you Meekins. Oh, there she is, right. That's not what I wanted. Eventually. That's what I wanted. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so what's the most obvious explanation? Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine?
Breaks it again. Sorry, I break it to you! But the urn is a genuine article. Pearls went back to Curing Village and had it examined.
Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how.
What she discovered was that the vase was broken again. You know it's not a vase.
Again?
Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too.
Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently?
Yes,
why
exactly
do you think it was
I'm
broken
saying.
recently? How do you know?
This poster, it was made recently, right?
Poster? The poster for the exhibit.
At the time when the photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed.
I am. What does it even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when this photo for this poster was taken.
That was a mistake. Now tell the truth.
Wait.
For?
Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it.
Huh?
Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Do you have any proof the urn was broken there at Lordly Taylor?
Well, Miss Andrews?
What is this supposed to mean?
There is pink paint all over the urn. And there's pink paint all over the floor and walls of the basement warehouse. In other words, the urn was broken there. You can't weasel out of this one, Miss Andrews.
But you can get pink paint anywhere.
Well, there's none in my office, that's for sure.
Well, there is in my room. Anyway, the paint on the urn and the paint on the floor. There's no proof that it's the same paint.
The proof linking the paint to the urn and the paint on the floor is this box. The urn was stored in this, right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, there's pink paint in the box as well.
Ah.
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes, more or less.
The paint on the floor is an odd shape in prison,
Yes.
doesn't it? If you put this box into the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means the box was dropped right there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright.
Please, Mr. Wright was my father.
I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand. Is it, Pearlie?
I wasn't there, you have no proof. Oh, no, not at all. I know how she feels.
It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can and I lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all the Curaine village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it could have assumed it said Amy.
Any sane person? Really?
Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it.
The first time that we came down here, it was on the night of the secret arm was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there was no paint marks on the walls of the floor of the warehouse when we were here.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense.
But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, pal?
The day after the arm was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, and who was it? Who would have done it? And why?
Diabolical mystery. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief on the line was at KB Security. So then why was another Master Mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? Steel Samurai is going to get cancelled next season. Dun dun dun. So it should end just that in the darkness. And that's the last thing a lot of people hear before